My culture has little to do with what country my family came from, but from the location of the heart of the family dairy farm. My family, the Kissingers, started milking Guernsey cows in 1909 when the great-grandpa came to Kansas and became a herdsman for a coal mine owner's family. Within a couple of years he brought his adolescent sons to Kansas, putting them to work milking and generally caring for the farming side of the corporation, until he got to a point where he and his boys could go into partnership with the owner, and together they went to the Isle of Guernsey to bring back the 6 foundation females and a bull. That's the story my grandfather Howard told me. We ended up with 4 generations of dairy farmers before farming became corporate holdings and it was no longer possible to feed a family on golden Guernsey milk, no matter the pride factor. My sister and I were the last generation of the family to own part of the herd. The way a person is shaped on the inside has nothing to do with what she looks like on the outside. My grandpa taught me that. From my toddling days I dogged his steps through the pasture to bring the cows in for milking. I followed him from cow to cow as he shifted the surge milkers, giving each one a loving pat and whispering endearments as he called her by name. Fanny Lee, Bettina, Melody, Fancy, all 48 of them. On into the milk house, through the sanitary room when we would go, carrying the warm, frothy, sweet-smelling buckets. I'd watch as he poured it through the strainers into the big 10-gallon cans and then hoist the cans into the cooler. The way a person is shaped on the inside comes from great role models. Grandpa believed that people who fed their animals before they fed themselves were good stewards of the herd, and that was the way they could earn their meal. That was one of the hardest lessons learned, especially when I knew that Grandma had made a fresh batch of cookies or custard pie. She claimed that custard pie was the cows' and chickens' payment to us for taking good care of them, and I never got tired of it. The way a person is shaped on the inside is from exercising hard work and honesty. My parents and grandparents would snort at the idea that bigger is better, and believed that living on the land was possible. I don't think it is realistic anymore, but it was good while it lasted. The way a person is shaped on the inside is from making fun from as many situations as possible. Grandpa could skin the cat over and under the stanchion dividers in the milk barn, even past the age of 60. He could play music by squeezing the palms of his hands together, and could explode a room into childish laughter by popping his false teeth out and back in a blink. Dad would intrigue us with his word games and puns, and could make anything magical out of a hayloft and a few bales of straw. As with anything, there was a downside too. On a dairy farm there's no such thing as a family vacation. Except for 4-H camp, I don't think that I left Franklin County until the age of 16 or 17, after the cows were sold. Even Dan, the New Yorker whom I eventually married, had to wait to see me until chores were done. When it became impractical to go on dairying without a big milk tank, we faced the choice of going into debt to rebuild our milk house or finding another way of making a living. The final decision came when my older brother told Dad and Grandpa that he wasn't going into the business with them. He wouldn't be married to cows. So the dairy was dissolved, and we were sad. Grandpa bought back Bettina so he could still have his own cream for his cereal and coffee, and Grandma could still make custard pies. Otherwise, the fawn and white cows left the farm where my role models used to scoop up a handful of black soil and smell it, for the pure pleasure of knowing that it was theirs. Taste a stem of alfalfa to check its readiness for baling. Stretch out on the grass, just marveling at the universe, and smile with pride after a hard day's work. I'm shaped by it all, and proud of it.